Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game of the U15 division here at the Lex All-Stars North American Invitational between the Glasgow Clydesiders and the Indians. This is the second game of the U15 division here Friday evening. First game in the U15 division, we've seen the Western Woodsmen versus the Clydesiders black team. Western Woodsmen handedly gave the Clydesiders 8-2 victory. So again, this game here, game 2 of the U15 division, getting set. We play two 15-minute halves here at the LAX All-Stars North American Invitational. We'll be playing NRL rules with NRL certified referees Matt Robinson, Josh Hiltz, and Andrew Ecclestone. Facing off for the Indians. Indians are in the white jerseys going from left to right. Clydesiders in the purple. Facing off for the Indians. Face off won by Howie Francis. Gets it over to Arrow Booth. Swings it on over the Hugwalete Barrero. Gets a pick from Vern Cook. Barrero moves the ball, looking for Arrow Booth. Nothing there. Picked up by the purple Clydesiders. Goalie number 30. I don't have a goalie number. And that's a first save by Ethan Seymour. Here's the Clydesiders moving the ball. Good defense by the Indians. And we have a delayed penalty coming up here to the Clydesiders. Picked up by Honeyboy Benedict. Gets it over to Creighton Cree. Gets it up to Vern Cook. Here's Vern Cook on his opposite side. Gets a high shot. Saved by the Clydesiders. And that delayed penalty. Josh Hiltz had a delayed penalty on, looks like number 2 of the Clydesiders. That looks like Eddie Ferretti. What a name, Eddie Ferretti, eh?
3 minutes?
So Josh Hiltz will go for the 3-minute major. Penalties in this LAX All-Stars Invitational are minors will be 1 minute. Majors will be 3 minutes. Opposed to the traditional 2, 4s, and 5s. Oh, Ryan Borden, I'm sorry, I called it Matt Robinson. So here's Howie Francis with the first power play shot for the Indians. Saved by the Clydesiders, and I think the Indians are going to come back up with it. Being chased down by Dawson Lazor. The ball is picked up by the Clydesiders. Number 35, that's Ashton Lankowski. He gets run into by Josh Hiltz, the ref. So here's the Clydesiders. 10 on the shot clock. They are man down. Number 88 swings it on over to number 35. Lankowski being guarded heavily by Honeyboy Benedict. That's good defense by the Indians. And the 30-second shot clock. Oh, no, I think Andrew Egglestone has a delayed penalty on Creighton Benedict. So I think we'll go to 4-on-4. One Clydesider in the box and one Indian in the box now.
Too much. It's way too much of a drawback.
And Andrew Egglestone says that's too much drawback on the slash. Give him a little tap. We're going to go 4-on-4 for, I think it'll be a 45-second difference here. 1 minute slash opposed to the 3-minute high-sticking major to the Clydesiders. It's 4-on-4. Here's number 11, Hunter Johannes. Gets it down. Here's number 40. Dalen Burning. Burning, flip pass, looking to the middle, is disrupted by the Hugwalete Barrero. It's picked up by the Indians. He's looking up. Pass intended for Creighton Cree. Here comes the Clydesiders. Clydesiders number 9, that's Lowen Martin. We're still 4-on-4. The 1-minute penalty to the Indians will be released in 23 seconds. Here's the Clydesiders. Number 73, Owen Moore. Being guarded by, it looked like Creighton Cree. Here's the Clydesiders going towards the hole, and the ball is loose, picked up by the Indians, the Hugwalete Barrero. He's got to watch that line, and with these rules, you got to watch that mid-court line. It's over and back. It'll be the Clydesiders' ball. Picked up with, it was going to be a fast whistle, but number 19, Elijah Edwards, looking for number 5, David DeVoe. DeVoe going to the net hard. And Josh Hiltz calls him crease, and a save by Ethan Seymour. Oh, and the trail ref, Egglestone, has something from up top. I think he has a checking from behind penalty. Good call by the trail ref, Andrew Egglestone. And that's Trayton Benedict once again coming in. 1 minute check from behind. It'll be 4 on 4 for about 3 seconds. I think we'll be 5 on 4 at the whistle. Here we go. The Clydesiders do have a power play. 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the first half. It is 0-0. Glasgow Clydesiders and the Indians. Glasgow Clydesiders, a club team composed of a mixture of players. Shot on net, saved by Seymour. Clydesiders are composed of players throughout Ontario, and the Indians are composed of players throughout Akwesasne and Onondaga. So here's Howie Francis. Francis taking a run around the net, being guarded. Clydesiders pick him up. Francis still has it. Gets to his. Vern Cook calling for it on the back door. It's intercepted. Here's the Clydesiders. Number 10, Kyler Francis. Kyler Francis is ESPN. Nope, not today. Saved by Ethan Seymour. So here comes Arrow Booth. 10 seconds to go on the man down penalty to Trayton Benedict. Here's Vern Cook. 3, 2, 1. We are all even, Indians and Clydesiders. Vern Cook beats his man. Cook looking for some help. Looking to split 2 guys. He's got Honey Boy. Honey Boy looks for a pass, gets it down low. He's looking at, it's a shot by Benedict, saved by Marcus Madill. So here comes the Clydesiders. Number 11, Hunter Johannes. Gets it on over to 36. I don't have a number for 36, a name. Here's Lowen Martin. Gets it down to number 88. It looks like Kai Talon. Big shot by number 10, Kyler Francis, saved by Ethan Seymour. The ball is loose. And it's picked up by Purple Clydesiders. Oh, we have a big hit in the middle there. And we got a couple penalties. And the refs will come together to see if they got the same guy or we got 2 separate guys. And
I got 6 white, 1 minute, check them behind. I got white, 1 minute, legal substitution.
so we got 2 penalties on the Indians. We got
1 more, guys.
number 6, Brett Bucktooth Jr. 1 minute for checking from behind. And a bench minor being served by Arrow Booth. Illegal substitution. So it'll be 5 on 3. Glasgow Clydesiders. So here we go with number 88. That's Kai Talon. Over to number 9, Lowen Martin. To 11, Hunter Johannes. The ball is looking. Big save by Ethan Seymour. It's picked up by Benedict. Here's Benedict. He turns on his wheels. It's 5 on 3. Here come the Indians. Benedict had Creighton Cree with him. He'll pull it out. And he's getting doubled pretty hard. He's got to watch that line. Trayton Benedict gets it on over to Vern Cook. Vern Cook, 13 on the shot clock. Cook gets a nice pick by Creighton Creek. Cook going to the net hard. Cook gets it off. Nice save by the Clydesiders. 19 seconds remaining in the penalty. The bench minor and the checking from behind. Here comes the Clydesiders. That's number 9, Lowen Martin. And I think Josh Hills has a delayed penalty on the Indians coming. Clydesiders will send the extra attacker. We are all even. And a big shot by number 2, David DeVoe. I'm sorry, Eddie Ferretti. What a great name, Eddie Ferretti. Opening up the score in 6:50 in the game. First half, Clydesiders 1, Indians nothing. So the delayed penalty that Josh Hiltz had was an illegal substitution call. That will be wiped out by the goal by Ferretti. Eddie Ferretti, number 2. at the face-off circle with Triton Benedict. I'm sorry, Howie Francis. And the face-off is one back to Dalen John Hill. Here's Dalen John Hill. Gets it on up top to Dahugwalete Barrero. Over to Errol Booth. Errol Booth controls the offense, gets it on over to Francis. Francis swings it on over to Cree. Here's Barrero looking for Booth. Booth gets it inside. Nothing there. Big save by the Clydesiders. Here comes purple Clydesiders. That's number 13, Hayden Hiltz. Gets it on. Oh, nice defense by Dahugwalete. Barrero gets it on up to Brett Bucktooth Jr. It's a 2-on-2 if Errol Booth gets there. Bucktooth will pull it out. Smart move by Brett Bucktooth Jr. Cubby, here's Vern Cook. Vern Cook steps in, fakes, dodge, nice twister shot, score! That's nice work by the Indians. Number 44, Vern Cook. .5:15 remaining here in the first half. Indians tie up the game 1-1. We have a good game here. Once again, my name is Herbie John. I've been graciously asked by our friends here at the Lax All-Stars North American Invitational to come give the guys a break and do a little commentating. So here I am. So here's the Clydesiders. That's good defense by Creighton Cree. Here comes the Indians, Creighton Cree. Being D'd up by number 2, that's Eddie Ferretti. Cree pulls it out, looking for Francis. Faked over to Dawson Lazor. Here's Francis looking for Barrero. Dahugwalete Barrero, big lefty. Gets it on top to Dawson Lazor. Lazor back to Barrero. He's looking inside, gets a move in. Being guarded nicely by number 19. The Clydesiders, big shot there, nothing there. 30-second shot clock violation. And here come the Clydesiders. Nice transition game the Clydesiders are playing. Looks like a Team Ontario out there. They group of boys show up together, play together. Why not come to the North American Lax All-Stars Invitational? Oh, that's a big shot by number 39 of the Clydesiders. Again, 39 with not on my roster here. All the way back to the goalie. They say it deflected off to somebody of the Indians, so there is no over and back call. Clydesiders got to get a shot off. 3 seconds on that shot clock. Big shot by the number 39, saved by Ethan Seymour. Seymour, look, trying to pass us the ball up here, but the net caught it. It'll be Clydesiders' ball. Here's number 35, Ashton Lankowski. Gets it on over to number 9, Lowen Martin. Big save by Ethan Seymour. So here's 35. Lankowski to number 40, Burning. Big save by Seymour once again. Rebound by number 9, Lowen Martin. Gets his own rebound. Clydesiders are gobbling up the shots, gobbling up the rebounds. Here's the Clydesiders. They're setting up their offense. Lankowski looking over to Burning. Gets it on over to Kyler Francis. At the underhand riser, number 35, Ashton Lankowski. I'm sorry, I thought it was Kyler Francis. Great shot by Ashton Lankowski to put the Glasgow Clydesiders purple team up 2-1, 2:43 remaining here in the first half. We got ourselves a very nice U15 division game here. Tonight the U15 division started off with the Western Woodsmen versus the Clydesiders Black. Western Woodsmen come on top of that 8-2. This is game 2 of the U15 division between the Indians of Akwesasne and Onondaga versus the Clydesiders from throughout Ontario. So here's number 2, Eddie Ferretti. Gets it on over to Kyler Francis. Francis with them bright orange shoes. He was looking for a cutter. There's nothing there. There might be an over and back call, but they'll wave it off because Vern Cook is there. Here's Vern Cook, one-on-one. Vern Cook, twister, score! Nice hustle by number 44, Vern Cook off the turnover. Tied his game up at 2:145 remaining here in the first half. Both teams, first game for both teams. Looks like everyone's getting some dust off their sticks. I imagine most of these guys are all into their hockey season already, and just, as most of them finish their season in mid-August. Face off won by Howie Francis. Took too many steps with the flip. Again, NLL rules here. It'll be Clydesiders ball. Good call by Andrew Egglestone. So here we go with number 11, Hunter Johannes, to number 10, Kyler Francis. Francis gets a shake on Vern Cook. Johannes, shot wide. Oh, and Vern Cook takes a big hit from behind by Kyler Francis, and Vern Cook is still down. And I think Hiltz and Egglestone both had the call, and I think they're gonna go over this. It was kind of unprotectable hit. It's number 10, Kyler Francis, coming to the Clydesiders penalty box. We'll see what Josh Hiltz has to say on this call.
3 minutes, illegal body check.
So Josh Hiltz calls 3 minutes illegal body check as Vern Cook is still down by taking that. To me, from up here in this view, it was a back check. And Chief Shannon Booth helping out Vern Cook and the Onondaga Nation Medical Services. 44 seconds remaining here in the first half. Clydesiders purple 2, the Indians 2.
That's how it fucking goes.
So we're going to give Vern Cook a round of applause, a round of encouragement to hopefully he's okay, and the Onondaga Medical Services will walk him off, take him to the first aid room, check him out. You never want to see those types of hits, ladies and gentlemen, especially at this level, U15. Some of these guys have a long career in front of them, and when you see numbers, for your viewers watching, stay off the back. So the Indians will be on a power play for 3 minutes. I do believe that's a non-releasable penalty on the illegal body check to Kyler Francis. That name sticks out because maybe 2 years ago at the Junior NLL tournament, Kyler Francis made the Sports Center top 10 up there in Oakville, Ontario at the Junior NLL tournament, playing for the Junior Georgia Swarm. So here we go. Howie Francis takes the ball. Josh Hiltz blows it in. 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here's Francis and the Indians. He gets it down over to, I can't tell who that is, but here's Dahagulate Barrero back over to Francis. Gets it down to Dalen John Hill. John Hill looking inside to Howie Francis. Oh, the ball is loose. Francis has to get out of that crease. 16 on the shot clock. Francis, and I do believe, yes, sir, you can't touch the ball if you go through that crease. Once again, we are playing world rules. So here we go with the Clydesiders purple, number 16. That's Trent Meridian. Oh, right on. Little buddy of mine, Trent Meridian. He's looking for a pass across, and that buzzer will sound, and that's the end of the first half. Clydesiders purple 2, the Indians 2. We'll be back after this brief halftime, 2-minute halftime.
Coming over here, unsportsmanlike, 1 minute, on bench minor, coach's discipline. Still face off.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the second half of the Lax All-Stars North American Invitational U15 division here at the Onondaga Nation Arena, where we have the U15 first game of for both teams, second game of the U15 division, the Clydesiders purple and the Indians in the white. The Clydesiders were taking a 3-minute illegal body check penalty, but during the intermission, we had a coach ejected from the Indians bench. So the Indians will even it up. I think we will go 4-on-4 because they are not coincidental penalties. It'll be 4-on-4. It looks like it'll be 40 seconds remaining on Kyler Francis. No, that's not right. I think they're setting it up right now. 2:15 remaining on Kyler Francis's 3-minute illegal body check penalty. And we're waiting to see 1 minute bench minor being served by Brett Bucktooth Jr. So here's Howie Francis and Eddie Ferretti at the face-off dot. Face-off won by Francis. Here's Howie Francis being guarded heavily by Clydesiders purple. Ferretti gets it over to Cade Hearn. Over to Dalen John Hill. Gets it down to Creighton Cree. Gets a pick from Hill. Hill gets inside. That's Big D by the Clydesiders. That's number 19 for the Clydesiders, Elijah Edwards. Ball corralled by Dalen John Hill. Gets a shot off, gets a reset, and he scores! That's good individual effort by, look like number 66, Dalen John Hill. Maybe not. Yeah, it was too. Yep. Sorry about that. These boys are all changing their looks. They're not only changing their looks, but they're changing their voices. I've known these kids for a long time, and you go to say hi to them, and we're saying hi to some young men here in this U15 division. So here we go, Francis and Eddie Ferretti in face-off dot. Francis with a good clamp on it. Ball's loose. And Cubby Bucktooth comes out of the penalty box to put the Indians back to full strength. The ball's loose. Finally corralled by the Clydesiders. We get a fresh reset. Here's Trent Meridian from the St. Catharines Bantam A's. Meridian looking down low to number 13, Hayden Hiltz. Picked up by Creighton Cree. Looks up. Here's Arrow Booth. Arrow Booth. Oh, and yep, we got a delayed penalty. That's Eddie Ferretti. He's going to go sit down for a minute or two for checking from behind. Some may say that was on his shoulders. Some may say that it was a clean back check. Josh Hiltz thinks it was a clean back check. 1 minute. A lot of penalties in this game so far between the Clydesiders purple and the Indians. I think we're racking up those penalties. If I was keeping track of the penalties, I think. So Kyler Francis released. It'll be 5-on-4 for the Indians. Here's Arrow Booth. Louis Thompson. Dahaguilate Barrero. Howie Francis. Dalen John Hill gets a nice pick. Hill gets inside. He's looking for somebody. He pulls it back. Shot saved by the Clydesiders goalie. I do believe the goalie is Marcus Madill. Here's number 8 for the Clydesiders. Julian Belair scores. 1-on-1 versus Ethan Seymour. So I do believe that Clydesiders goal by number number 8, Julian Belair. Ties it up at 3:11:44 remaining here in the second half. Lowen Martin and Howie Francis. Won by Howie Francis. Here's Francis. Creighton Cree tried to get it across to Bryson Green, that is. There it is, picked up by the Clydesiders. That's a Clydesiders. I can't see his number, but he's got good transition. Clydesiders got 3-on-2, and he scores! Number 2, Eddie Freddy. Capitalize on the 3-on-2 break for the Clydesiders. That 3-on-2 break puts the Clydesiders up 4-3, 10:48 remaining here in the second half. So we have Kyler Francis and Dawson Lazor at the face-off dot. Won by Lazor. Ball goes up into Francis' stick. Francis has numbers, 2-on-1. Over to number 9. Lowen Martin capitalizes on that, 2-on-1. Clydesiders go up by 2, 5-3. Notice that the Glasgow Clydesiders are starting to get their transition game going, figuring out the pairings, getting everybody situated, finding the chemistry. And Howie Francis is at the face-off dot waiting for Lowen Martin. Face-off win by Francis. Francis probably about 80% at the face-off dot today so far. Gets a good pick by Cubby Bucktooth. Here's Cub. Oh, nice shot. Big save by the Clydesiders. Here's the Hugwalete Barrero. Nice underhand shot. Ball goes wide. Barrero getting after his own rebound. There's Arrow Booth. Oh, we got a loose ball push. And it'll be Clydesiders' ball. Here's Trent Meridian. Gets it on up to Hayden Hiltz. The ball comes loose. Here's Howie Francis. Francis has Arrow Booth. And he'll elect to pull it out. Here's the Hugwalete Barrero. To Dalen John Hill. Dalen gets inside. Nice split dodge. He scores! Nice shot by number 66, Dalen John Hill. Nice fake. Gets inside. Beats number 2, Marcus Madill. Goaltending for Clydesiders purple. So it is 5-4, 8:46 remaining here in the second half. The U15 division of the Lax All-Stars North American Invitational. We have a violation, early movement on the Clydesiders. It'll be picked up. Here's Cade Hearn. Cade Hearn swings it over to Creighton Cree. Over to Louis Thompson. Looking for Trayton Benedict. Ball's loose. Benedict tracks it down, gets it back up to Creighton Cree. Over to Dawson Lazor. Ball comes loose. Here come the Clydesiders. They got good transition. 4 guys up the floor. 4-on-2 up the floor. And here comes Elijah. Meridian. Finished by Ashton Lankowski. That's a good tic-tac-toe play right there by the Clydesiders. They pushed the ball up the floor. They had 4 purple in the Indians' offensive zone to the Indians 2. And the score is Glasgow Clydesiders purple 6. The Indians 4. Coming up on 7.5 remaining here in the second half. Face off, Eddie Ferretti pulls it hard. Nobody there. Picked up by Dalen John Hill. Here's Dalen John Hill. Gets it over to Howie Francis. Gets a pick from the Hugwalete Barrero. Big shot by Howie Francis. Goes wide. Rebounded by Arrow Booth. Gets a crease dive. Save. Backhand shot by Dalen John Hill. Nothing there. Picked up at the point by Howie Francis. Here's Arrow Booth cutting. Just missed it. Rebounded by Howie Francis. Got Dalen John Hill. 10 on the shot clock. Switches his hands. Hill looking for somebody to move. He sees Howie Francis. He's going for the dunk. Nothing there with the reset. The ball's loose in the crease, and Miklas, and we have an illegal pick called by Josh Hiltz. It'll be Indians ball. Here's Dalen John Hill. He gets it inside the green. Green misses the whole net 10 feet away. And here come the Clydesiders. Number 13, Hayden Hiltz. Oh, and that's a big hit by Ethan Seymour. I think Seymour will be having a penalty for that. That was good defensive effort by Seymour. That was a big shot by Kyler Francis. The ball is loose. Andrew Egglestone has a delayed penalty. And And I think the delay penalty will be coming towards the Indians, but the referees will discuss this. What are we going to call in a U15 division opposed to a National Lacrosse League level? Are you going to make that same call, or are we going to let these U15s play? Ethan Seymour is not a dirty player. Oh, and I do believe he's going. Ethan Seymour just came out just to play a little bit of defense, you know, being the only one behind him. Let's see what Andrew Egglestone has to say. So Andrew Egglestone did signal a match penalty to Ethan Seymour because you cannot come out of the crease and clean out the guy, I guess. I mean, you got Coach Brett Bucktooth, former NLL pro player, pleading his case to the NLL ref, Andrew Egglestone. Well, like I said, I mean, you know, you got to call your game at every level, and you got to call your same game. And you know, as a ref myself, I guess, you know, you got to make that call. It's very unfortunate that Ethan Seymour could be penalized for this, but a good lacrosse player seeing a defensive opportunity, he took it. Yeah, we gotta get used to the rules, I guess. But Brett Bucktooth is still pleading his case to Andrew Egglestone. I don't know if they're tossing Seymour. And it looks like they tossed Ethan Seymour, goaltender, match penalty for an illegal body check. And Ethan Seymour does not like that at all. So let's see what the Indians are going to do with 5:29 remaining here in the second half. Let's see who puts on the pads. And Brett Bucktooth is still pleading his case to Egglestone. Bucktooth still trying to get a good explanation from Matt Robinson. Egglestone signaled a match penalty towards Seymour. Let's see what's going on here. So there'll be a 5-minute recess here with 5:29 remaining here in the second half. Clydesiders purple up 6-4 over the Indians. We will take a 5-minute recess real quick so the Indians can get a backup tendy in there. We'll be right back after this. We are back here in beautiful Onondaga Nation. We took a little brief time out there due to a match penalty assessed to the Indians goalie, Ethan Seymour. Ethan Seymour came out of the net to save a one-on-one play from the Clydesiders coming in one-on-one. He basically just came out and cleaned out the Clydesiders. And the rule states that you cannot leave your net and become a big D defender. So Ethan Seymour is being replaced by Creighton Cree. Creighton Cree, the last time I seen Creighton Cree play goalie was maybe novice. These kids are Alabama midgets now. Maybe novice I seen Creighton Cree last time he played goalie. 5 years ago, I'm thinking. We'll have to ask his dad when he walks by. Bull, where are you? But last time I seen Creighton Cree play goalie, the kid was pretty stellar. So I think that was a good trade-off. Unfortunately for Ethan Seymour, has to serve that match penalty. Well, I don't know the total outcome of that what that penalty may be, but at any rate, he is out of the rest of this game. 5:29 remaining here in the second half. Clydesiders purple 6, Indians 4. Clydesiders purple about to go on a 3-minute power play. There's Meridian. To Ferretti. To Francis. There's Ferretti. Gets a pick by Meridian. Gets it on over to number 35, the no name. Here's Francis. That's good defense by Howie Francis. It's picked up. Oh, that's the first shot, first save for Creighton Cree. Coming in hot coming in cold with no warm-up, but he played the whole first half. All set up. Pass looking for Arrow Booth. Nothing there. Here comes Clydesiders, number 9, Lowen Martin. Martin gets around a couple Indians players, gets a spinneroo shot. Clydesiders will settle it down. Here's Trent Meridian. Gets it on over to Eddie Ferretti. Ferretti, big shot, deflected inside. We'll count that as another save for Creighton Cree. 2 shots, 2 saves for Cree. And that pass is intercepted by number 16, Trent Meridian. St. Catherine's product. It's a 3-on-2 for the Clydesiders Pearl. That's good defense by Trayton Benedict. And now here comes Howie Francis. Got a little intensity coming from the Indians now. Francis settling it down. 1.5 minutes remaining to the major penalty. He's got a crease dive, and he scores! That's a good effort by the Indians. Howie Francis to take his man one-on-one, get a nice crease dive in. I'm sure these young guys are loving the crease dive because they're coming from their summer ball. They cannot do that because you got an imaginary cylinder going from the white crease all the way to the creator's land. So 3:30 remaining, 6-5 Clydesiders purple. Less than a minute remaining to the match penalty to the Indians. That's a nice face-off win by Francis. He's been pretty stellar at the face-off dot. So here's Cade Hearn for the Indians. Gets a shot by Green. Big save by the Clydesiders. Number 2, Marcus Medill. And here comes the Clydesiders, Elijah. 28 seconds remaining on the penalty to the Indians. Clydesiders. They're moving the ball around. They got a little power play going. This is number 11 of Hunter Johannes. The shot wide and goes back into the Clydesiders bench. It'll be Indians ball. So here's Howie Francis. 3, 2, 1. We are all even here. Pass down to Arrow Booth. Booth gets a loose ball push in the corner. Kind of a dangerous push, but he gets up. He's okay. We are all even. He looks inside to Dalen John Hill. That's intercepted by number 10 of Kyler Francis. I'm getting Kyler Francis and Trent Meridian mixed up, as a lot of these kids are wearing their Team Ontario helmets. And somebody from the Clydesiders bench called a timeout as they were on a 2-on-1 break. 2 minutes remaining here in the second half. With that timeout, it'll be a 14-second shot clock for the Clydesiders. Coach Brian Whitmer just casually talking to his players. Hey boys, let's take a timeout. Coming out for defense for the Indians will be Trayton Benedict, Dalen John Hill, Howie Francis, Dahug Willate Barrero, and Cade Hearn. Coming on out for the Clydesiders, we got Elijah Edwards. We have Owen Moore. Number 8, Julian Belair. Number 13, Hayden Hiltz. So here we go. Here's Francis. Back up top. Gets it on over to his Team Ontario mate. Francis, big underhand shot. It's underhand. That's saved by Howie Francis. Here's Trayton Benedict. Gets it over to Dahug Willate Barrero. It is a 6-5 game. Clydesiders purple. 1 minute, 34 seconds remaining. Here's Dalen John Hill. John Hill, being Deed, gets a good pick by Louis Thompson. John Hill goes for a run, pulls it back around, reverse, and he was being D'd up pretty heavily by number 19, Elijah Edwards, and it's another turnover. Here's the Clydesiders. Clydesiders shot. Saved by Creighton Cree. I think Creighton Cree is 3 for 3 right now since coming in the game for Ethan Seymour. Again, last time I seen Creighton Cree playing goaltender was maybe novice, 2012 maybe? I can't remember. So here comes the Clydesiders, number 88, Kai Talon. It takes a big hit by Trayton Benedict. No call there. I think he gets up. Being guarded up heavily by Benedict. Here's Trent Meridian. Looking over for Kyler Francis, nothing there. Picked up by Benedict. It's a 3-on-1 for the Indians. Here's Dalen John Hill. Dalen John Hill, twisted score! 25.6 seconds remaining in the game. The Indians pull off a transition goal to tie it 6-6. Here at the end of the second half. Nice effort, nice play by the Indians and Dalen John Hill. So here we go, Eddie for Eddie. Howie Francis. Francis wins it. He's got numbers. And we're going to call a timeout. 21.4 seconds remaining. Clydesiders purple 6. Akwesasne Indians 6. Timeout Indians. Shout out to Creighton Cree. Looks like he's 4 for 4 on saves since stepping in 10 minutes ago. So look for Brett Bucktooth to go a 6-on-5, 21 seconds. Maybe have the last shot here. You got Errol Booth, you got Louis Thompson, you got Dahug Willate Barrero, Dalen John Hill, you got Howie Francis. For the Clydesiders purple, you got Kyler Francis. You have Ashton Lankowski. Hunter Johannes. Julian Belair. And Elijah Edwards. So Dahug Willate Barrero will start off with the ball at point. Gets it on over to Louis Thompson. Errol Booth back to Thompson. Thompson looking for Barrero. Barrero. 10 on the game clock. Here's Louis. Here's Howie Francis. Howie Francis goes around the net, gets it to Errol Booth, looking, Tries to swing it over. It's intercepted by the Clydesiders. Can he beat the clock? 2, 1, shot. Saved by Creighton Cree. And at the end of regulation, we will go into a 15-minute sudden death shootout. I don't think the goalies will change ends, but we'll have a real quick break, 1 minute, maybe 2 minute break, and we'll go into a 15-minute sudden victory shootout here at the 2019 North American Lax All-Stars Invitational U15 division. We'll be right back. And we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, at the 2019 Lax All-Stars North American Invitational U15 division between the Clydesiders Purple and the Indians. At the end of regulation, it was 6-6. We are going into a sudden victory. Sudden victory means first goal wins, ladies and gentlemen. They'll put 15 minutes on the clock, but it shouldn't take no more than 10 seconds to get a goal. As we're waiting for the intermission clock to go off, you have Howie Francis and Eddie Ferretti at the face-off dot. Howie Francis of the Indians, pretty stellar at the face-off dot throughout the game. Maybe I'd have to say 80-90% with all. Let's see what they can do here. So here we go, clock is set. Players are set. Josh Hiltz is set. And overtime is underway here. Got a good battle there. Eddie Ferretti and Howie Francis. Comes out with Howie Francis. The ball's loose over in the corner. And they will battle. It'll be possession Indians. Let's see how long it takes here. Each team doesn't have their timeouts. They both use their timeouts in regulation, so they do not get a new one. Here's Louis Thompson coming off the bench hot. Gets it down to Arrow Booth. Arrow Booth looking over to Dalen John Hill. Hill, he sees the hug with Lotte Barrero, gives it to him. Barrero sights it up, shot, save. Marcus Medill. Oh, and the Indians come up with it on to Lucy. Here's Howie Francis. Francis gets it up top to Honey Boy Benedict. Dumps it off to Doug Willette. Barrero gets it on over to Arrow Booth, back to Benedict. He's looking for Dalen John Hill, goes to set a seal. Nothing there, he gets inside. Here's the hug with Lotte Barrero, lines it up, nothing there, wide. And Benedict goes through the crease. He cannot step near the crease or even go through the crease here with the World International rules. Here come the Clydesiders Purple. This is number 8, saved by the goalie's best friend on Julian Belair. Goalie's best friend, as I'm talking, is the guys in red, also known as the posts. So here comes the Clydesiders. This is number 9 of Lowen Martin, being guarded by good defense by Cub Bucktooth. It gets back to the Clydesiders, saved by Creighton Cree. Rebounded by Dalen John Hill. Great save by Creighton Cree to back up the Indians. And that's a big defensive check on the boards by number 35, Ashton Lankowski. I almost think that was his teammate, Dalen John Hill. Dalen John Hill played for St. Catharines, and a lot of these guys. Here's the St. Catharines product right there. No, that was Ashton. I'm sorry, that was Kyler Francis with that goal, that sudden victory goal. The Clydesiders Purple end this game in victory. 7-6, Clydesiders Purple. Pretty interesting game here in the U15 division. Great game, if you ask me. So a lot of back and forth play, a lot of big hits, a lot of, iffy calls. This U15 division looks pretty stacked up. I think the U15s will come back tomorrow. I'm trying to look for my schedule here. I can tell you the Western Woodsmen play tomorrow at 11 a.m. versus the Road Warriors. I can't tell you anything else. The first game here at the Onondaga Nation Arena is at 8 o'clock a.m. And I'm still looking to see who it is. There we go. Looks like the Clydesiders Black versus the Six Nations Brotherhood. That would be on over at the field house. Okay. And then we have, I'm going to just read the U15 schedule real quick because it looks like a very nice division. Don't forget about the U18s. Don't forget about the men's. This is a very nice tournament here. Once again, my name is Herbie John. I appreciate the Lax All-Stars, my buddies here, giving me a chance to come call you guys a game. Maybe I might be back tomorrow, but right now I'm going to go set up a game plan for the Woodsmen. And I'd like to congratulate the Clydesiders Purple on a 7-6 overtime victory versus the Indians. Once again, this is the North American Lax All-Stars Invitational 2019. We'll see you tomorrow.